Hi and welcome back to Team Lucid Dream. Now today I'd like to tell you about my very first and most vivid lucid dreaming experience I've ever had. It was the first time I ever went fully 100% lucid and was able to manipulate the landscape and everything, and it was just an absolutely magical dream, and I really want to share it with you guys. It all started, I was walking down an unknown suburban street, houses on either side, and it suddenly dawns to me that I don't know this road. Could I be dreaming? So I perform a reality check, and sure enough I'm actually dreaming, so I immediately become lucid. Unfortunately, I also then immediately wake up. I don't move in my bed. I lie there and I focus on getting back into the dream, and I think I actually performed my very first dream exit initiated lucid dream. I think it's probably the only one that I've managed to perform successfully as well. I appear back in the dream at almost exactly the same place that I was before, and I begin walking along the road again. And for anyone who's seen Edward Scissorhands, it's pretty much like that: manicured lawns, perfect buildings. I turn left off the road to go into another road, and I begin walking up this very steep hill. It gets so steep that I lose my footing underneath me, and as I lunge forward to I grab hold of the curbstone in my hand, and it feels exactly like the edge of a duvet. Strange. As I'm lying on the curb, I decide that I need to extend a bit more control to my outside surroundings, because previous lucid dreams that I'd had up until this point had just crumbled into nothingness as soon as I'd become lucid. So I sit on the curb and I concentrate at some houses in the distance, and right on the very edge of the horizon there are these houses and the peaked gable ends of the roofs. I push my will out towards them and I drag the whole line of houses right up to me, and I begin drawing patterns on them and painting patterns onto the triangular shape of the roof. But as I'm drawing one of the patterns, it's almost like a mandala effect. The pattern that I am writing on that one also appears on all of the other ones as well. As I colour in the last bit, I then push it out, and it appears as this long line on the horizon, and it's just beautiful. When I've done that, I stand up, and I'm well aware that I have full control over the dreamscape. I keep on performing reality checks all the way through to make sure that I maintain my lucidity, and I begin walking along. As I walk back to the turning where I was before, I come across some racking, some product racking from where I used to work, where I do work, and a couple of my colleagues were there. Now this is so like real life that I have to do another reality check, and I look down at some writing in front of me that seems to be my dream journal, and the letters are just all dancing around on the page in front of me. I think this is fantastic, so I decide to really push what can be done here. So I reach up to my friend's head and my colleague's head, and I decide to push my finger at his forehead, and it disappears straight into his forehead, up to the second knuckle, and he doesn't notice. He just doesn't notice. Do you know what will be amazing? If I imagine that Stephen Hawking is stood behind me and can talk to me, and I can turn around and then speak to him. So I spin round, and Stephen Hawking is stood in front of me, and I immediately dream wreck myself. Embarrassing. I then begin panicking that I need to find a toilet inside the dream. The shock of the action of losing control a little bit has shocked me a little bit, and I begin to lose grip on the dream. But I know that I need to find a toilet quickly, and I know that there must be one up the road. So I begin running up the road. As I get about 10 yards up the road, I realise that I could just fly, so I jump and start to bound up the road like a really long arcing leap, and on the second leap I actually begin to get some air, and as I get some air, these two elderly ladies are walking in the opposite direction, and one of them goes, "Careful." And as I look and listen to them say "careful," I immediately face plant the concrete and I wake up. I hope you've enjoyed my story, my first ever lucid dreaming experience, and if you have, please take your white pointer thing and mash the thumbs up key. You know it makes sense. If you want to hear any more from us, then please hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, and over at teamluciddream.com, where we've got our own dedicated forum. If you've got any questions about Team Lucid Dream or lucid dreaming in general, shot them in the comments. We'll get back to you. We promise. It's an amazing community. Thanks for watching us, and stay lucid.